I don't know what went wrong. This just happened. Oil just leaked out everywhere from the car. Oil in the under the bonnet. This is serious. I'm on Lagos Ikorodu Express Road on a trip going to Island when this happened. Shut down the engine and I'm right in the middle of the road. Seems something broke. Never seen this before happen. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not exactly sure what burst open, but something definitely is broken and it has leaked out oil everywhere on the road. I'm currently in Ikorodu Road, a very not so safe place to be. I'm in Antony. This is Antony Lasu, what's it called? Lasu Lagos State University campus, Antony. That's the workstation right up there in front. So I'm here. I've called emergency number on Uber, and they've assured me that help is on the way. I gave them my landmark and everything, so I'm waiting for them to come and help me. Like, this has never happened to me before. It's crazy. But that's something about being on the road. You never can tell when these machines can just fail you and come up with issues. It's always good for you to be in affiliation with a company that know what they are doing. So right now I'm waiting for the emergency service to come and help me.
2,000 years later.
What's up YouTube? What's up all the wonderful drivers out there, all the fantastic passengers? You guys are welcome to the Driverpreneur channel, and I'm so glad to have you guys here again in another episode of a video on the Driverpreneur channel. So before we go on, please, if you've not subscribed to the channel, please kindly hit on that subscribe button, red subscribe button. It's totally free to subscribe and turn on bell notifications so you get videos every time I post them. So in today's video, I want to share my experience I had with a broken down vehicle along Ikorodu Road, Lagos State, Nigeria. I hit on the emergency button on Uber, and I want to share my entire experience. I believe you must learn one or two things from today's video, because what happened at the end of the day was very shocking to me. So I decided to share this with drivers, because not just today, I've been having breakdown in the past, but today I decided to share this particular one for the purpose of documentation and to help other drivers out there. So make sure you watch the entire video, and please remember to give this video a thumbs up and make a comment below. I would really much appreciate it. Make a comment below. There's no comment that is stupid, there's no comment that is not relevant. Just make any comment below, and please drop a thumbs up for this video. I was driving. I took a trip from the airport going to Victoria Island, Lagos, and on my way to the island on Ikorodu Road, just after Maryland Mall, that's where they have the Uber workstation. My vehicle I just heard a loud sound in the hood of my vehicle, like boom. I just rolled the car over to the side of the road on the major lane, on the express. So I just rolled it to the side, parked it there, and I came out from the car and I noticed that I had a mixture of water and oil all over the place, as you saw from the video that started before my talk. So I noticed a mixture of oil and water all over the floor. So I decided to just not turn on the engine again, because I wasn't sure where that oil came from. I wouldn't want to start a car that doesn't have engine oil in the engine, so as not to destroy the engine or get the engine knocked. So I didn't start the engine in fear of knocking the engine. Of course, definitely I tried to help my rider get another ride. I ended the trip and he was able to request for another ride, which he eventually left. I gave him $200 because these stouts were around trying to help him with his luggage. So I gave him $200 to sort the guys out. So I then hit on the emergency button. I then hit on the emergency button on the application. During the training, because I was on a trip on Uber, So during my training onboarding process, when I wanted to start driving for Uber, we were told that there's an emergency support. If you have any breakdown or any challenge, you should contact emergency. So I did. I contacted emergency. A number came up, 112, which I dialed. That number routed me to the Lagos State Emergency Service. I spoke to a lady, she was very polite, asked me what my problem was, showed a lot of concern, and then promised and assured me that I was going to get help in just a couple of minutes. Well, I waited and nothing happened. So in this video, I want to just tell you some major things to do, when you have a breakdown on the road while you're driving with a rider. So number one thing you need to do is you need to try and to make your rider know that you have his own interest at heart. Try to end the trip first. If you know it's something you cannot fix immediately, end the trip and let them get another request to get off that place, because it's not safe for them and even you yourself as the driver. So once you do that, before you do that, make sure you take your seat caution out, put your seat caution behind your car to warn other drivers that there's a broken down vehicle just on the road. So once you do that, you make sure you settle your rider, make sure your rider gets another ride off that place. Try to show concern. Try to show concern on your rider to get off that place. You don't want to still get a bad rating when you have a broken down vehicle. That's total lose for you. What that's going to happen is that you have touts. Definitely it will happen so long as Lagos. You have touts coming around to take advantage of the situation. Just keep your calm and let them know you have everything under control. I've had situations in the past where I had a broken down vehicle and touts came trying to assist me push it. At the end of the day, they asked me to pay a ridiculous sum of money. Tell them you have everything under control. Be polite to them. I'm not saying you should go violent with them. Just tell them you have everything under control, that you have help coming on the way. Tell them this. That will make them know that this guy doesn't want our help. And if, for instance, you want the help of anyone, be specific what help you want. You don't have all of them to crowd you and start trying to form helping, because when they try to help you like that, they will stalk to you and harass you. So when I noticed the emergency service wasn't coming as promised, I was just standing on the road. Eventually I got tired. I went to sit by the roadside. Luckily for me, I had a move driver passing on that same road, so I flagged him down. He parked, knew that I was in a big car trouble, so he promised and assured me that he was going to come back to help me, since he was just going to Sule to drop a rider. Fortunately for me, he did come back, and unfortunately, I didn't have some major tools that would have helped me tow that vehicle off the road using his own vehicle, because the emergency service never showed up. And I will have to share this with you guys because it's very important. I'll do a subsequent videos of things you would need in your car as a driver that would help you in times of emergency. Things from my own experience, things that I wished I had in my car on that particular day that would have helped me handle that emergency much better. Eventually I had to buy a razor blade and cut the seat belts on the back. I had to buy a razor blade to cut the seat belts, just the back seat, just the seat behind me. I had to cut that seat belt because that seat belt is hardly used by any rider. So cutting the seat belt, we use the seat belt to tie a part of his own car under, and then tie my own part. Then we tow the car to Move Service Center in Mushi, around Vono Road. That was how I was able to escape, the touts. I eventually gave them one of the guys that helped us control traffic while we were pushing the car. I gave him $200. I eventually discovered what went wrong in the car was the water pump. The water pump got broken. I don't know what happened. I don't know what triggered water pump to just bust up open like that. So the car is currently in the service center, and that's why I'm home. I'm not working. I left the car for them to fix. It's for them to fix. So my learnings from what happened, and what I would like you guys to also know, is that you guys should be prepared psychologically and mentally for such emergencies. You can have a flat tire, you can have something just come out of the blues. It can happen. These are machines, and machines are not 100% guaranteed to always serve you the way it ought to serve you. Breakdown can happen. So once any breakdown like this happens, be psychologically prepared, and also report on Uber. Make sure you hit that. No matter what, hit that emergency support. Yes, Uber has been showing concern. They've called me, asked me if I'm okay, asked me about the car. I really appreciate the way they showed concern, and that's something I really like about Uber. over most of their competition. They really show concern to drivers. But I'm highly disappointed in the Lagos State Emergency Service. They told me they were going to come. They never showed up. They never even called me to follow up on how I'm doing. Hope I got off the road. No concern. So I'm really, really disappointed in them. And that is the Nigeria I hope to see. I hope to see a Nigeria where it is safe for us to use the road without any harassment from hoodlums and touts. I hope to see a Nigeria where an emergency service works to assist people when they are in need of any kind of support on the road, or even domestic in the house. So imagine if I was robbed at that road. Maybe it was night, nobody would have come to my aid and rescue. Part of my learning is always be prepared psychologically, mentally. Have some of these things in your car that can assist you in times like this. So that is my advice for drivers. Please always be prepared and try to always make sure you check your cars from time to time to avoid frequent and constant breakdown on the road. So I hope you guys learned one or two things from this video. Please, if you find this video educating, entertaining, please remember to give this video a thumbs up, and please do not forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on bell notification so you get notified every time I post videos. I'm a full-time driver here in Lagos. I share my experience as a driver, trying to help other drivers with my own personal experience, making them learn from my own mistake so they can be better drivers out there. So it's from the Driverpreneur to all you guys out there. I'm saying peace and stay safe.